It is another day. It is a Monday, May 4th, man. One day before Cinco de Mayo. And another episode of yours truly, Turf and Pigs. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great. I've had some time to sit with this draft, and I have some changing feelings about it. So
I'd love
to get into it.
Changing feelings. That sounds interesting.
Yeah. The ball keeps rolling. You get new information, you kind of develop new perspectives. But still some issues with it. But overall, kind of feeling more okay with where we're heading.
Right. Nope. No, that's fair, man. That's very understandable, fair, all those good things. I understand. I won't say I agree, meaning that I've turned tables too tough or too much. But I definitely have relaxed. I'll put it that way. I'm still not happy with the choices, but we'll get into all that, right? I mean, there's just certain parts that I don't think I'll ever get over, and you just hit it on the head not too long ago off air. We'll keep it on there when we get to that point. But great weekend, man. Great weekend. Shout out to Texas Select. That's my son's track team. Cheers to them, man. Hey, great opening meet. Them boys put together another 4x4 for the first time. A mixture between 14 and 13-year-olds. Let me tell you, by the end of this season, I bet you they'll knock off close to 10 seconds. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a fun road, ups and downs all the way around, but Trey is doing this thing. So congratulate him. He's got second place in 200 hurdles. He got fifth place in 110 hurdles, and what else did he get? Third place in the 4x4 with his brand new team. So, he was 3 for 3 in that respect. We won't talk about the 800, but who knows? Hey, this thing it's real out there with club.
What was Trey's expectations going into it as far as kind of the outcomes?
Yeah, I think he definitely expected to do better than he did in the 800, but the competition is just monstrous. The reality is, I mean, he was 9th in time. Like, you know what I mean? And that's going back to last year, winning district. I mean, first opening meet, 14. He's 9th in time and that's exactly how it went in that heat, and he was not happy. But it's a learning lesson, right? It's not a loss, it's a learning lesson. So shout out to him. I'll give it to him from that respect. He's just like his daddy. It pissed him off. And that's how you get second, right? And the 200 when you bounce back. So yeah.
That's something that stands out to me, this bounce back factor, because you see it all the time with the NFL. There's so many stories and examples of teams that were downtrodden or kind of beaten down, but then are able to come back and win a Super Bowl like in the same season. So having that ability to focus on the next play and not let the previous play impact that next play, that's something that speaks to football as well and is universal in all sports. And I kind of admire that a young person is able to have that experience so early.
Man, I totally agree with you, bro. There's a lot this young man is looking up to. Y'all already know. Head over heels with his big sister. So is the rest of the world in some ways. I mean, the All-American is the All-American, man. Very proud. That's academically and athletically. So I'm always going to brag on that, man. Talking about somebody that had a tough time in grades, too, as far as my daughter. So, yeah, good things, man. I don't know. I was just talking to one of my boys I played ball with. And the truth is, man, I don't think I could have picked a better location, period. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, right? California, Florida, right? In terms of athletics and academics and kind of like getting the perfect mix, I don't think I could have chose a better place, man. And the reality is I've been to all three of those places heavy. I've lived in all three for the most part. I wouldn't say I've lived in Florida, but actually spent more time in Florida probably than all of the others, just through the family and, growing up, going there literally every summer for several years. But yeah, Texas got it, y'all. I'm sorry. I know, I know it's always the big battle, right?
From the way you just explained it, it sounds like you have all those experiences in Florida that you brought with you to Texas, and so that's the synergy taking place.
All of it, man. All of it. Our family. Shout out to the Clemps, man. I mean, that's where they all reside for the most part. We all going through it, as you know. Already discussed last week. Don't want to be Debbie Downer there. Shout out to my cuz. But yeah, man, it's real here in Texas. I'm never amazed at what I see at a track meet, and that's the thing. This is the last thing we're gonna talk about in terms of track. There's this team, the club. Basically, the fastest girls in the vicinity go to that track club. Only for sprints. Like, nobody can remotely come close. Anything 200 and under, forget it. Just hang up your spikes. Like, you're coming in second. It's going to be a long second, no matter if it's an individual race or a relay. I'm mad I didn't record any of it because it's something else. We literally talking best times in the nation. Period.
Like truly elite athletes performing at a high level.
Beyond elite. Like these girls in sprinting, yes. And that's the thing, man. We are blessed in Austin, man, with a lot of people that's doing well. Shout out to Trey West and the West Wing. Joseph and Mr. and Mrs. Joseph and the West family, they have outstanding athletes and scholars, for that matter. Austin has produced the #1 long jumper in the nation. He's really got his pick of the litter wherever he's going. He doesn't know yet, but they've all, brought him on for a visit. USC, Texas A&M. All of them. That young man's going wherever he wants.
So are you saying a lot of these athletes are coming specifically to Texas because of the training facilities being at that?
A lot of that is the case. And then, a lot of it also is they're from here. you know.
And it's easy to tie into the our superstar Max Crosby. He has that shared experience of leaving his hometown and making his way on down to Texas. So.
It's just something about it, ladies and gentlemen. I've always known. And when I got an opportunity to move here and raise my family, man, I didn't think twice. I didn't hesitate. It wasn't even. You got to remember, we have no family, friends. I didn't know at the time. One of my best friends growing up, my quarterback from high school. Shout out to Bayless Pruitt. He got here 5 years before I did, man. And go figure, his daughter became a track star. Went to school, Sam Houston, for track. And that's how I got tied into Texas Select. So yeah, it's been a blast.
What is Texas Select?
Texas Select is the track club.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Right on.
It's the track club.
So that was a connection through football that ultimately made that.
Well, by way of one of my best friends growing up since grade school. I'm talking
That's pretty
about,
cool.
Yeah, 4th, 5th, 6th grade. I've known him my whole entire life. And he's like, oh yeah, go to Texas Select. David Rogers, Coach Kyle.
That's awesome.
Them boys do it, man. Them boys do it. So man, we gotta do what we always do. I hate when TikTok does this to me. They keep making me have to appeal, but people can still see. Shout out to Blaze A's 899 in the building. We got Boss Man Raider in the building. Man, we got Win City Raider in the building. We got my cuz, man. You got Steve in the building, man, and he's already starting us off with great questions. I mean, I'm biased a little bit, but what's your thoughts on this one, man? What's up, Toph? Is there room for AOC? What do you think about that one?
Yeah, it's an interesting question because I think we've discussed at length previously that AOC, got something to him and to his game that works with the NFL, and that, if not with the Raiders, he'll be finding success somewhere along the lines with another team. I think as far as the Raiders fit goes, I think he's in a real quarterback battle with our UDFA. We just signed Sawyer Robinson.
Yes.
I hope that it's a legit quarterback battle and that whoever shows out is able to obtain that roster spot. And it's not just given to AOC, but he truly earns it, because I think that'll go some ways for building up his own legacy, his own kind of brand, and earning respect by winning jobs type deal.
I agree. I'll always encourage competition at every level, every position, no matter the case. So that's something ALC's got to put together. I'm good with it, man. We got my man, I'm No Bueno in the building. What is cracking? I'm No Bueno. Much love, Toph. Let's get a little optimism in the house tonight. Okay. Optimism it is, man. Optimism it is. I can't promise too much optimism, but we'll do what we can, bro. We'll do what we can. Shout out to Colties 1, 2, 3, 4. What up? How do you think the draft went? Well, we about to dive right into that right now, young man. Shout out to Steven Flores that just joined the building. Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope y'all enjoy the show, man. Yeah, this is going to be a doozy. It's going to be a doozy for me. We got a lot to discuss. Let me see. Where was I at the initial? Just flat out, did the Raiders improve? It's an easy question. What's your thought?
Through the draft specifically, or just in general?
Yeah, just in general, the draft.
Yeah, I would say specifically to speak on the draft, I think the improvement came through kind of a cohesive feel of the class as a whole. These are guys who are going to be leaders, and presumably they're going to be guys that don't need to be motivated by our coaches. They're going to be the guys that motivate the guys around them.
Right.
And potentially the more big swings that we take in years subsequent, because inevitably you have to take risk-reward draft picks at some point, but we've kind of laid the foundation of guys that will be building a culture that allows those higher risk swings to fit in and have a chance to thrive. Because if you take a swing on a guy who's a higher risk player, you need the right culture for them to be able to thrive. And so that's kind of what this draft class represents to me, is guys that have laid the foundation for the building of a team, hopefully that goes on for 10, 20 years with success and doesn't burn out.
That's a great call, man. That's a great take. I definitely do think we improved, but the reality is it was hard not to. Right? That's the real truth in that question, if you ask me. It was almost impossible to not improve. Was I happy with what Spytech did? No. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm sorry. No bueno. I'm definitely going to be positive. We're diving in, man. I got all night tonight, so I hope Pigs has got a lot of time on his hand. I'm ready to talk about each and every one of these boys.
Well, to kind of get further into what you just said there, I'm curious, is some of your feelings about how the outcome of the draft is some of it based on how other teams' classes turned out? Because it feels in some ways that there were so many home run classes that by comparison, ours was slightly less or more underwhelming than a few of the other teams. So it's kind of that comparing things.
It's just, for players and what they are and they were in college and what they look like on paper and how they fit in terms of the team, I think we missed on some selections in the second and third round. I have to believe we couldn't make the trade in terms of the first round, so I'm just going to call that a wash. But yeah, I mean, I really believe that is the issue. That's the number one issue.
And the reason they weren't able to make the trade is because you can't pass on a quarterback and have that quarterback go on to have success.
I don't know. I don't know, though. I mean, when does that ever happen? I don't think anyone's ever passed on one of the guys that, actually got drafted first and really did something. Right?
The closest would be like the Bryce or the Carolina Panthers quarterback being traded from Chicago to Carolina in that draft that then resulted in...
But he was always a Carolina Panther, though, right? He never played.
Quarterback? No. He was just the draft pick was traded.
Right, right. But he's not. I mean, none of these guys are going to...
He's not experienced a whole lot of success yet.
No. And that's just the thing. I mean... The problem with being the number one draft pick is the stats are not on your side. History's not on your side. And that's just across the board, and nobody cares to want to think about that for whatever reason. They just look at the guy, they see what he did in college, and even in this scenario, that's not even all that impressive. It's just tough. It's tough, man. I'm not going to be negative. No bueno. I'm not going to be negative, man.
No, it is fair to say that a lot of the momentum behind Fernando feels like it's been built up by the culture and by the hype machine of the media, and it goes beyond the actual justifiable trades or production. But I do agree that you can't not select the quarterback like in that kind of position. Like even with the hype disregarded, it's still a tough position to be in with the number one overall pick.
Right. We got Ronnie Grannon, 54-23 in the building. Do I think Lockie Tassi will become a reliable defensive tackle? Great question. What do you think?
Reliable? I think he'll have a useful role in short yardage situations, obviously, where you need to clog up as much of the space on the line as possible. And if he carves out anything beyond that, I think that's a win for him. But if he's able to get on the field in spot positions, like that's already a lot of success for someone who doesn't have any football experience. Like, just find your way onto the field somehow, and that's already winning.
And you know that this is the thing. As this position for him in terms of being a nose tackle and the size that he is, it's all about exactly what that position entails. Being a disruptor. Period. Point blank. Whether that's because you're 6'6" and your hands seem to always get in passing lanes, whether it's because they're always going to double team you, otherwise it's just, straight chaos. That's what he needs to focus on. How I can become that guy, whether if you leave me single, that's leaving me open. And making sure that no team decides to do that. And then when they do double team, now make sure you can, find a way to, disrupt the passing lanes in the passing game. I think that right there will solidify him at that position. We need some depth, though. He can't do it alone. And it's going to take some time to learn, right? I mean, that's the other thing. But I think he has the ability to do so. And, I mean, I'm not going to say that's an easy position to find, because it's not. It's not. Nose tackle, right? And that's the wild thing about it for us, because, trading Tyree Wilson, that pick should have been Jalen Carter.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Should have been Jalen Carter, bro. And we wouldn't be having this conversation. Things would have went well in terms of Christian, right? Things may have been a little different, but he wanted to run around the locker room kissing on people and, doing whatever else.
Yes.
Disrupt the wrong thing. So
not keeping the main thing the main thing.
Exactly, man. So it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean,
another challenge for Laki Tassi is his height is going to cause him to naturally lose the leverage game. So he's going to have to develop the technique enough to be able to offset that. That's the rub. Disadvantage.
I mean, I was trying to not let him say it, no bueno, because that's probably a negative thing, right? No, it's the truth, though. You're absolutely right, and that's why we can't hang our hat on him. Yes, can he be somebody that's not a huge drop-off in terms of, disruption, productivity, and, just a body? Yeah, but I don't know if we can hang our hat on him as a starter.
In certain games, there might be a matchup opportunity, say against an undersized offensive line or a weaker, less able to handle power kind of center, and then you plug him in and he's wreaking havoc. That's pretty ideal. Yep.
Nope, I agree. I totally agree. We got I was saying Boston Mike. I hope Mendoza ends up being your Drake May. And hey, I appreciate this, because you know what? Real football fans notice the league is better than when the Raiders are relevant. That's just facts. It's just facts. We are absolutely a disruptor in the league in general, in a great way, because people love to hate us. We travel well. And we just naturally make the type of noise that the NFL needs.
Yeah, I agree. The Raiders, in a lot of ways, lead the charge around the planet as far as keeping the game interesting, and adds that mystique element that gives it depth. Makes it more than just a sport.
Hey, we got Colty. He's got a great question, because you said you've got some feelings changed. I don't. But we'll see. The question is, what's the projection for the record? What are your thoughts? I mean, I'm sure you some thoughts.
Yeah, my expectation for the record is that they try and get to 7 wins. That's where I think if they get to 7 wins, this is a huge success. Below that, it's underwhelming. Above that, it's past expectations.
Hey,
6, 7, 7 being ideal.
Ain't that what
Yeah,
you said? 6'7",
that's the
6'7",
projection.
6'7". I mean, hey, and that's what's so wild and weird about this because it's fitting. It is 6'7".
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't really matter. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the projection.
that's the projection. I'll be honest. I'm all the way on the 6 side, and the truth is, if we really go into this season without a number 1 wide receiver, I'm absolutely dropping that to a 5. Diva. That's where I'm
Are you
at.
believing a vet wide receiver will significantly improve the overall performance?
It's not even about significantly improving. It's about having an actual viable, real threat.
Yeah.
They don't
My
even-
specific concern is the red zone, having guys who can get touchdowns, cash in on the points. That's like something our wide receivers have not proven, and Janty hasn't really been a short yardage goal line back, and so again, unproven. And then additionally, our only real threat in the red zone has been Brock Bowers, and he's not really been a huge dominant touchdown machine. Like he's compared to other elite pass catching tight ends, he's kind of just scratching the surface of production there. I have confidence he'll be able to get it done, but we need someone else to take some focus off of him. So yeah, bringing in a vet will help him thrive in the red zone.
I'm telling you, man, and that's why I don't understand. I don't understand why we don't have a number 1 wide receiver. I mean, that's the other thing. I mean, Kirk Cousins has to be concerned, man. He has to be concerned. They have to have somebody, to really take the pressure off of everything else you just said, because that is all we have. There's got to be a game plan for that. And
What's your thought on Mike Myers or Michael Mayer as a red zone threat?
There, you know what, man? He's still on the squad. I think we'll run a lot of 12, right? I know Chris hates him. Shout out to Protector Shield podcast. That's Leo's homie. He's a Notre Dame grad, but I don't mind the kid. I am not a hater of Michael Mayer.
Yeah, there he is. He's right behind you.
Right back ain't cheating. I thought, and that was the thing. See, I'm gonna keep it a bean, guys, and everybody always holds me accountable, and rightfully so. I don't mind it, but yes, I was salty when we freaking
Our
picked
selection.
up
Yeah.
when we picked up Brock Bowers, and we just drafted Michael Mayer. And Michael Mayer does not look bad. Don't get me wrong. The whole mental thing it rubbed me the wrong way too. I get it. And you can't just glance over that. But yeah, I thought it was interesting to say the least until I realized what Mr. Gadget Brock Bowers is. So that clearly changed immediately, effectively. But
yeah, it would seem Bowers is more than a tight end, as was pointed out here by Ronnie.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that Brock Bowers will play a significant amount of wideout receiver. I don't see how he can't right now, based on where we are. It's going to be impossible for him not to play that role. It's going to be impossible for Naylor not to find a way to become a number 1 wide receiver.
Yeah, he's going to have his opportunity.
You don't have a choice. You really don't have a choice. You got to come in and really make that happen. You got to make that happen. The team is counting on you. It's the only way that 60% of this running game is going to work. I mean, guys, this line isn't going to just go from 0 to hero overnight. You still don't have another guard. You still need a guard in my position. Even if Kuhn comes in and, takes one of those sides, there's no guarantee JPJ is still that dude. I hate to say that. I hate to talk about it that way. But
He needs to stay healthy.
But the thing is, he never ever graded well at guard.
No, center's been feeling like the spot that he was destined for, in a lot of our opinion, and guard was a little more challenging. The less than ideal length, I think, has shown itself at times. Longer, more powerful tackles are getting the best of him, getting inside his pads.
100%. 100%. So it's not hate, guys. This is straight analytics. This is straight what my eyes see. I mean, those numbers don't lie either in terms of his grade and what they graded him on, because that's the one thing I'll say. I don't always agree with those grades because the grades could be, on the wrong end of the spectrum to begin with where they have it, right? And that's where it's completely off.
It's a team sport. It doesn't take into account what your teammates are doing, if they were doing their job, and that affects your
and if
production.
it's your job to not do what,
right? Exactly. You're on the hook for someone else missing the bill, and then now it's on you. Yeah, that happens. And the scores, PFF grades and such don't take those into context
at all, not even a little bit. And apparently players don't either. I mean, if you want to talk about a touchy subject in terms of Max Crosby being a renegade and a rogue player, like, hey, I hear what you're saying, coach, but I'm going to do it my way. I know McDaniels wasn't too happy about that. In fact, they showed their distaste as he walked off the field in his own words, right? Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny to me, though, because a lot of people don't see that as a legitimate problem. And I don't mean that in a positive way for Max Crosby. Sorry.
You mean going rogue, or?
Yes. If your star is being defiant.
Yeah, the culture of a team ultimately, I think, needs to be able to be the core driver of a player's actions. And what that showed, the kind of going against what McDaniel's agenda was, that showed that there wasn't a core culture holding everything together, which we're hoping is going to start to change with this new regime.
It's fuel to the fire for the McDaniel's lovers. Can't you, right? Hey, you can't get by and buy your star. And your star is telling you to hell with your program. I don't know what you expect's going to come out of that regime. So hey, who do you blame there, really, right? Hey, I'm a Max fan, always will be, no matter the case. But at the same time, I also know I can't win with role players.
Yeah,
I know that.
I think McDaniel's got all the blame. By
100%.
It was super easy to turn him into the punching bag for why we weren't performing to expectation. And players kind of got off the hook in a sense because they turned it around right after he left and started winning games. So that added to the narrative that he was the problem, not the players. And then that's kind of where the narrative has gone.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I say that a lot with this team.
So many directions it could go. Like, this team certainly has potential. As most NFL teams do, they're filled with rosters of guys with a ton of talent. But yeah, the culture's got to click, and everyone's got to find their role.
Right. I agree, man. I totally agree.
Oh, you got a question here from Ronnie that's pretty good. Maybe you can answer this one.
Yes, sir. What you think about Kubiak taking the shield off the helmets? Man, I don't know if y'all really want to hear my take.
On the helmet strategy?
See, I'm sorry I'm no bueno. I hope he took a nap. I hope no bueno's taking a nap. So I'm trying. This is some high school culture. The last time I got stickers on my helmet was in high school. I was a Warrior, Windsor Warriors. Shout out to the Windsor Warriors, boy, Windsor, Connecticut. We produced multiple NFL players. Nobody with a gold jacket yet, but multiple NFL players. And yeah, man, depending on the amount of touchdowns, depending on the amount of tackles, right? And other incentives that you had, you got the little stickers with the tomahawk. right? Y'all remember
Nice.
this? Like, dude, it's high school.
Yeah, this certainly rehashing where a lot of the players' original passion started, right back to the beginning, to the roots of their.
And that's the thing. If that's what we're doing, I mean, I get it. I understand what he's trying to create. I understand the culture. I understand, everybody's got to get it out the mud, etc. But in the reality of today's real world, and the reality is these real players, they don't give a damn about this mess, man. Are you kidding me? A rookie that's an all-star. Do you really think Max Crosby cares about quote-unquote earning his shield? Let's keep it a bean.
What? He's a player I think would buy into that type of thing, only to then get all the stickers and hoard them all.
You know what I mean? But the reality is, like, man.
Yeah, it's not going to work for everyone. A guy like Devontae Adams would have been so far beneath him. He would have taken probably offense to the whole thing.
That is my point. Even alienating one of your top guys that have been around the league forever that considers this to be childish, it's just not worth it. And people don't want to see that perspective. I don't care. I personally don't care. I see, and that's the thing. I talk, man, I'm a different cat. I didn't mind getting cursed out by coaches in terms of when I did stuff wrong in front of everybody, just like being treated just like everybody, right? I never took problem with that. I just didn't. I didn't mind being coached hard, all of those things, man. But this day and age, there's none of that. Dude, you coach somebody hard, man, you waking up to a portal message.
yeah. There's consequences for not appealing to the players.
Kids ain't playing with this mess, man. They're not doing it. They're just not.
No, I agree. But that kind of in part, I think, is why I've warmed up to this draft class a little, is because Clint Kubiak, if he's done something particularly well, it's identified the kind of culture that had success in Seattle, and then with the Vikings, and with his previous experiences, he's identified the key genetic kind of makeup of a team, and has kind of brought in guys that are fitting those leadership roles that will hopefully provide more player accountability, which a coach can't tell a player like how to do things in the NFL. A player can tell other players how to do things. So that's kind of perhaps some of the silver lining to this class, is the guys that have been brought in potentially will have a greater impact on higher potential players in future classes that have more character issues, and the players are able to enforce the rules of the team as opposed to relying on the coach to do that.
Yep. Nope, exactly that. I mean, and again, it's it was a risky move, in my opinion. The whole Shield thing, first year coach, I just thought it was unnecessary. I would think that his advisors would advise not. Like, it's a professional game. It's a professional level deal. I don't know. I would take.
Do you sense that it's kind of a game, like a way to add like a game layer to the training camp, where
yes and no.
Like
the other thing I think it's doing is weeding out the people that quote unquote want to be there. Right? They're playing games. This is total game.
Yeah, it's games. Games.
It's total game playing. Them cutting Snowden again. Total game playing.
That's an interesting one. A lot of fans really liked him.
It doesn't make sense. They could have gotten something for him.
Yeah,
that's the
based
problem.
on fan perception, he should have had value, because
game
people vouched for him a lot.
Because he didn't go to OTAs, right? Isn't that the word?
Oh,
on the
really?
street?
I didn't hear that. That's interesting. So, basically making an example of a player that had some value, kind of, even though they could have got some squeeze or juice out of it type thing in a trade, as you're saying, they would prefer to use that as a test-based example for
a motivator.
precedent.
this is somebody we could have got something for. Keep playing around here.
Right, because that obviously getting cut, that's not going to help Snowden's case for getting better deals. You'd rather be traded for
But I
value.
promise you he'll get picked up. Watch. I guarantee you he's picked up probably by next week. For all I don't know, he may be picked up already.
I'll check.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet it wouldn't shock me if he got picked up already. We got Ronnie on another question. Do you think that all of the players will get the shield on the helmet at the same time after they earn it as a collective unit? Again, that's the whole point of this stuff. It's like, it would be corny and it would make sense and it'd be par for the course if that's how he decided to do it. And then, run with the narrative, we are one, right? It's just such cornballish stuff, man. You got people that don't need any of this kind of motivation. They're chasing gold jackets. Like, I don't think that's what I'm saying, man. It's annoying to me. It's annoying because at any level, man, you're talking to somebody that came from Connecticut that knew I was behind the 8 ball. I didn't drink none of that stuff, until I got to college because I always felt like, I was easy to be tossed to the side just because of where I came from. Nobody cared about my actual skills. Who you play, right? Those kind of things, man. So to think that these guys need a chip on their shoulder when they're chasing greatness is just blasphemy, man. It's diabolical. And who wants to be around that? From that respect, when it's like, bro, you need to get the right people in. And this is me just giving the perspective of somebody like a Devontae Adams. Because we all know that was his whole goal, first and foremost, even probably before any team in Super Bowl. Right? I mean, hey, I did this to be great. Some of these guys do it to be great, man. Super Bowl ring or not, that's what it is. I don't know how to pronounce that any other way for people to get the perspective. Now, do I get the gamification? Yes, I get it. I'm one of those too. I will tell you how. I didn't mean that button, but I'll tell you how. And again, this is how I became such an overachiever. But at Montana State University, the game that they played in terms of the weight room was by getting a particular shirt.
Oh.
A particular t-shirt.
Yeah.
So it starts
like
out with a white t-shirt. Yeah, so it's all based on your...
It's like karate belts.
Yes, exactly. It's all based off of your accomplishments in weight training.
Yeah, right.
So as a white shirt, I mean, you're pretty much doing the basics. But the next step was the blue shirt, which was tough to get. The blue shirt was tough to get. Then you had the gold shirt. It's a whole lot of dudes walking around with white and blue shirts, bro. I'm going to just tell you that right now. A whole lot.
The gold shirt was a cut above.
The gold shirt was the cut above. The gold shirt was overachievement. The gold shirt, it didn't matter your position. It was all based on your position. That shirt represented a particular range for your position. It didn't account for how tall, short, right, fat, none of that stuff. Just based on the position. And then they had the infamous, I only knew two people. And that was the black shirt.
The black shirt.
The black shirt.
Of course.
The black shirt. And that meant your clean, your bench press, and your squat was like some ungodly number. And we had two on the team at my time. And that is J.C. Murray and Mark E. Rollins. And when I tell y'all, them are two of the most specimen and athletics and an athlete that I've ever seen in my entire life. That's it though. We had those two, and that I don't even know if they had black shirts before that. I don't even know if they got any after that. Exactly.
Yeah, they broke the gold shirt.
When I say gold shirts, there was only about 5.
Yeah, right.
There's only about 5 on the squad. You got to remember, this is about 80, 90 people. We're only about 5. Yours truly had a gold shirt. Oh, you knew Turf had a gold shirt.
I was waiting for that.
You already know Turf had a gold shirt. Turf ain't walking around without a gold shirt.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, you sound like this is a fond memory. This gamification.
Big
so,
time. That's
if
why
it's
I
executed
get it.
right, there's some potential there for team building and for culture building and kind of buy-in and all this.
That's why I get it.
Yeah, if executed right, there's a payoff, but there's some risk too. You acknowledge the risk.
You want to know why there's risk? And this is how I
Let's
can say it. And shout out to E-Hop. I don't even know if he would feel this way. It'd be a great, man, one day I have to get him on the show with us. But when I tell you, for the first time I heard somebody running, Eric Hopkins from Dallas, Texas. Wide receiver, number 7, Montana State Hall of Fame. When I tell you this man in practice, you heard him running. I'd never been around anybody like that in my life. And I played with some ballers in JUCO before I got there, right? Been around all kinds. I just never, and him, no way in hell was that going to be a motivator. No way. And he would have looked at that whole coaching staff like, you got to be kidding me.
So you're using the example of a wide receiver,
a diva.
The counter.
You see my point, and that's what I'm saying.
And I was pointing to Devontae Adams as someone this would not have flown with.
It wouldn't have flown with. So and this is somebody I know in real life, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I'm just telling you, his mentality was out of this world. He was going for the gold jacket. He did not give two you-know-whats about anything else.
Well, this is reminding me, sort of related, but there's already been established this narrative by Mike Washington, our new running back, that his expectation and his goal, his sights that he's setting is on the gold jacket. So he's already
shout out to Chris. He's got a video out there that's circulating. Yeah. Go check out the Check the Shield podcast. He's got a short with Mr. Washington talking about that exact same thing, man, and it's crazy to me.
Yeah, I think that's a bigger deal than people are realizing, and I think it does tie into the helmet sticker topic, because there is kind of like a parallel there in that the players understand that if they put in the work and they do everything right, they get the success, then the payoff is that they're acquiring the sticker on their helmet or a gold jacket at the end of the career. So it's kind of like the small step and the big step. So the small step is get the sticker, the big step is get the gold jacket, and all part of the same process.
Now this is what I'll tell you. This is why I think he messed up.
Mike Washington?
No.
The coach, Kubiak. Oh, okay.
This could have been your last-ditch effort. Things don't work out. This could have been your last play. You see what I'm saying? And nobody's gonna fault you for a gimmick at your last play in terms of trying to keep your job. But now, what do you do if this shit don't work out? Excuse my French, because honestly, you're a rookie coach doing things that I just don't think make sense. And again, you just heard it from me. Yes, I'm easily put the carrot in front of me, and sometimes I'm all about it. But I've also just shown the opposite, and is it worth that? Because you can find other ways to put the carrot in a person like myself's tight face.
Right.
But risking alienating that guy?
Yeah, that could have long-term consequences.
Nah.
The player who just came to mind that this might actually kind of relate to is our quarterbacks, Geno Smith, Gardner Minshew, Jimmy Garoppolo. They were all captains, yet from my perspective, I don't think they should have been captains.
No.
Not until they actually proved that they were leading the team. They were just auto default quarterback captainized. And I think that created cultural issues within the team. And perhaps this is the pendulum has swung the other way kind of deal, where it's like we've been giving out captains to players that were undeserving, and now we're kind of going the other direction of stripping everything away from players and building them up from the foundation. where they earn each step, including the captain role. Like those captains should be earned, not just given out through voting or whatever. Like,
absolutely, you're hitting it on the head, man. I mean, obviously the players have a lot to say in it. Yes, again, you want the people that are out there in battle to be comfortable, and if they're telling you it's a unified, right, bona fide, hey, guy, you got to kind of listen to that.
Well, the part is if you have a vote, you're going to vote for someone. But like the captain of a team should emerge as the obvious leader. Like everyone could point to the guy and be like, "This is the guy who's leading the room." It's like without even holding a vote, like just the obvious leaders of the room should be wearing the captain. Like everyone's a leader in their own way. Everyone's leading in their own way, but the title of getting the C on your jersey,
right?
That's something that is more legacy driven than
it's special, bro.
Than anything else.
It's special. Oh, hey, and again, hey, shout out to Turk. I got my stuff over here. I was a captain at
cool.
Mesa. JUCO, I was a captain in high school. Yeah. I mean, and that's why I say, I mean, and I think I was one of the guys that was leaned on because of the fact that I had that thick skin. I had the ability to take the getting, foot in the behind, if you will, pause, all that kind of stuff. Just easily and can bounce back from it and understand and know as it wasn't. Sometimes it's not even directed at you. It's not really geared towards you. It's just trying to get the team up.
It was setting the standard and having that become a part of the team's identity.
Yep.
Your culture setting, in a sense.
Yep.
And the coaches recognize that.
So it you know what I mean? It's all par for the course. But that's my thing, man. He's already pulling out stuff that it's like, why? Why are you doing like who? And that's the problem I have. Like the problem I've had with the last regime previous to Peter. I mean, Peter, he is
Peter regime.
Yeah, he is an advisor. So I mean, he didn't have no business looking for anybody else to ask questions for, in my opinion. They should have came from him, and that's why I'm completely just dismissing him. 100%. I'll never get over Peter and what he did to my Raiders. I'll never.
Yeah, it's personal. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that son of his. Oh my God.
Yeah. Need to go to his lecture and
battery acid.
Grill him with tough questions.
Yeah, drink battery acid. Like to do what he did to our offensive line is diabolical.
Yeah. Well, you almost wish that a guy like that was forced to earn his coaching jacket, because at the end of the season, he should not have been wearing Raiders logos. Like he was.
It hurts my heart to hear those stories.
The culture
man.
of the Raiders.
Yeah, these guys are trying to build, and they're like having sessions outside of the confines of practice and stuff because this guy's not looking to really do anything. I don't know, man. He just let it go on. He didn't earn his
stripes.
Yeah, and he's let it go on. I mean, I'm curious, does he have a job?
I reckon he does.
You think Peter's son has a job?
I think there's just a lot of weight with his the brand of the Carols. Like
what is his name? What is his name?
Well, I'll ask Chet.
And then we were supposed to look at somebody else, Brennan.
Oh, Brendan Carroll. Right.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, well, there's two sons on the team, but Brendan Carroll was the number one.
I can't stand it the way he looks.
Kind of movie character-esque.
Oh man, he did a number. He did a number on our team. He did a number on our team. I don't even know what to say. It was unforgivable for me what he did.
It was such an elephant in the room, and all the reporters were always tiptoeing around it, and it was so ridiculous because fans knew that Pete Carroll was not going to be here next year, but everyone was trying to hedge their bets in the media rooms, so they were being so respectful and so by the rules. They were playing by the rules, and that I think upset a lot of fans because they felt that there should have been more consequences for Pete Carroll and his son, like to be
100%.
grilled for their negligence, I guess you could say.
100.
And they weren't held accountable, and that's kind of I think diffused across the whole team. Like there's just lack of accountability everywhere.
Yeah, not even a little bit. I mean, not even a little bit. They were not held accountable in any way, shape, or form.
Does he have a job currently, Brendan Carroll, for another program?
I haven't seen one. Everything I see that pops up comes previous. Oh wait, UTRGV. No, that's no. I don't think he has a job. Wait, Brendan Carroll together for LA. Let's see what this is. Yeah. December 2010. Washington. Offensive line coach. What? He just reposted. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he should have a hard time being employed. He should have a hard time being employed. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah, Chat GPT is not picking up any info on Brendan Carroll signing anywhere. So
I don't think he did. I think he's stuck. And now I'm definitely figuring out all of my windows and so forth. Shout out to the go watch on Facebook. I figured out Facebook while we're at it. X is the only other one that I don't. X is another tough one. Yeah, this is a productive show, believe it or not. What is my already exists. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm just trying to figure out all this stuff.
some adjustments to the
yeah,
streams.
because you can see, right? Now I got a whole bunch of things. Ronnie, our O-line will be exceptionally better. Again, you say that, and unfortunately, what I have to say is it didn't have a choice. It couldn't have gotten any worse. I think that's one of the things that everyone would agree that we had the worst O-line in football. I mean, there were certain other teams. I think the Browns actually had a worse O-line than we did.
Yeah, there was I think injuries and stuff there, but our O-line was bad even before Colt Miller went down and before all that. Like, I think our center was such a weak spot with Meredith, and not even really entirely his fault. Like, it was just the coaches lacking the vision to see what was happening in front of them and make adjustments.
Right.
And yeah, if the quarterback is having the pocket collapse into him, there's no way they can operate in that condition. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. Without a pocket, things get pretty messy.
Yep. I agree.
And that Zune selection from Texas A&M, like he's so versatile that he's going to be plugged in everywhere all the time.
That's exactly what he said. He said he wants to be plugged in everywhere. And I said that sounds amazing.
That's exactly what we need, because we got guys like JPJ on the line who are liable to go down at any time, and he can.
So who's our left guard? We still have do we still have the guy from right guard last year? What was his name now? Or no, the center, I mean. What happened to the center?
Meredith?
Yeah, Meredith.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we still have him. I'll look that up.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Aggie Ma, join the building. Appreciate you for coming through, my dude. Hope you enjoy the show. Yeah, we gotta. I'm trying to finally figure out this one little bit. I got one other little piece to figure out, and I'll be good in terms of getting everybody on.
It says he's a free agent in 2027, so
Who's that?
I guess he's Meredith.
Meredith, yeah.
So we have him at a cap hit of 3.5 mil. For this
He was
year.
a decent guard. In fact, he graded way better than yours truly, JPJ. So it's tough,
Yeah,
man.
his technique has been kind of his skill is having really good technique. Maybe not the traits, but yeah, doesn't make mistakes at guard.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. No mistakes.
I think some of JPJ's poor grades is that he ended up on the ground a lot last year.
Yes.
And some of that could be from play style, like overly aggressive or overly pissing off the opponent to the point where they want to get their lick back and try and knock him down for a change.
It can
Like
be a
that
problem.
Comes with the territory. You get under guys' skin, that can be a good thing and a bad thing. Bit of a
Correct.
double-edged sword.
Correct. Because you better be prepared for that heat. Because it's coming.
And they're looking for you to be looking the other way. They can, get an easy one.
Right. Man, so we've been through a little bit of these discussions. You know, I already asked about did the Raiders improve, right? You know, identity shift, I think we all already know, you know what I mean, what that is. Actual plan. You know, but now it comes to the free agency and draft alignment. You know, he's already influenced in terms of Kubiak. There's definitely an aggressive rebuild for the defensive side. Right? They pretty much went and free agented the best linebacking group
Yeah.
you can find, and then
Walker
they drafted,
and Dean, impressive.
and then they drafted the secondary.
Yeah, a lot of
So-
draft capital dedicated to defense. Even that defensive end, Crawford, like he'll probably be getting opportunities on passing downs right away.
Yep. So this is a hot take. Is this the most organized offseason we've seen in years?
Yeah, organizing as in like a process. There's been so much turnover. You would have to say, this is the most organized it's been in recollection.
Right.
They've certainly addressed all the positions outside of wide receiver, which they did address, but like they didn't address bringing in a top guy, which I think is kind of understandable. Maybe they're just waiting to see how things shake out this year, and then they'll spend more on wide receiver.
Right. Man,
But that's the one area they didn't really address.
Correct, man. We got Robert Walker, 5'9", in the building. We got T.O. Rocha, Christian Garcia. Appreciate y'all for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. We got another one from Mr. Ronnie Charles Grant and Caleb Rogers have a chance to solidify a spot on the line. I agree. Totally agree.
I think there'll be a real battle there. For Glaze is going to have to compete for that job.
Right tackle? Yeah.
Yeah. No, he better. I don't like the idea of him just having that job. Like, he's got to win it.
It was a tough situation for him last year. I don't think he really won that job, if you will. I kind of feel like there was just nobody else to replace him with.
Yeah.
I don't think he did that well last year, right?
I don't even think he was that good in his rookie campaign.
Yeah,
I think expectations were so low, and like he did all right, and then people were saying like, oh, he's surpassed expectations.
Right, because they weren't much to begin with. I agree. No, I agree, man. I mean, to say we've been... Yeah.
I like him as a player, but I think his feet are too clunky, too heavy for tackle. He should be moved into guard. That's just kind of my overall assessment of him.
Right,
but
right.
I think he's got good traits and is strong, but just doesn't have the speed to handle the tackle position.
I mean, it goes to part of us discussing, if this is the most organized we've seen. Because that's going to be a interesting situation. Like, who gets that position? Are they going to give it to him again? Is it something that you'll hear about? Well, he's got so and so, right? But who is even so and so? That's part of the problem. I mean, these there's a lot of holes to fill. It's a lot of holes to fill. I mean, that was why I wanted the trades, right? I mean, trade back and
trade back, yeah.
You know,
Get more capital.
Get put Max on layaway. For you old folks that know what layaway is, I don't even know.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Send him to another team for a few years, then bring him back for the final hurrah.
Pay up when you can pay for him to come back.
I did watch a few draft recap kind of videos by various people on YouTube draft communities, and yeah, there definitely was a number of the feedback. A number of people mentioning that they had wondered if SpyTech had trade offers on the table for Mendoza.
Right.
And, they would have been very much leaning towards that option over taking Mendoza themselves. So.
That's the question. That's the $1 million question for me. I would love to know. If they actually had any offers, even if it was just garbage.
Yeah, just what was on the table at the
what
time.
was there, you know. And that's the thing, man. It's so annoying, bro. I mean, I'll never forget when it came to who was it? Coupon Tom, man. We didn't find out till after Coupon Tom left that he was the issue in terms of going for a quarterback. And
the potential trade up situation
to get Jaden Daniels, and it was very obvious, and it was divulged that he didn't even try, didn't even make a call, didn't offer any, nothing. So it's annoying.
Yeah, we never get any of that information as long as the regime's in place.
Until after the fact.
And even after you get like bits and pieces,
correct,
breadcrumbs.
And that's why I like to know who the single ringable neck is. You know.
Yeah, you've mentioned that term a couple of times.
I say it all the time because you need that. Somebody has to be to blame. Somebody has to take it, and it's all in the front office. And I hate that they play games and allow it to be whatever you want it to be. Basically, that's really what it is. You just pick who you want to be mad at, then look and dissect it, and just blame them. That's the easiest way to go about it. And it works. Right?
So, like having a fall guy? Like, Carroll, in a
100%.
sense, was the fall guy.
100%. And it's true because he allowed it. He 100% allowed it. 100%. He allowed so much. So this is one other thing I'll touch on that I know for a fact it was him that allowed it. And I think this is also why Chip Kelly checked out. Mr. Michael Myers.
Oh.
Mr. Michael Myers.
You think
Remember that? Remember that? The beginning, you know, Chip's like getting a real football stance in the pros, man. I want my Michael Myers. I want my Michael Myers. And guess what Peter does? Oh, come here, poor baby. You want your Michael Myers? Yeah, get out there. Get out there. Go on ahead. Do your Michael Myers. Go get him. Oh, my God.
What gives you the impression that Pete Carroll was a key actor in that particular
Because
situation?
he was his Marshawn Lynch. He was the reason they drafted him. He was one of the big proponents of drafting him at 6. Guaranteed. There's
he
no
had
question.
more than a natural invested interest in that particular player because of his own
Hence why
biases or
bringing
experiences.
in and doing whatever this crybaby rookie decided to want to pout about. And if y'all didn't see that pouting, and that's the problem. You can call it, turf, you're just being hard on him, you just wanted to find anything. I'm a running back, guys. I know the type of attitude you have to have for everybody involved, particularly your offensive line. Don't no offensive line want to hear no pouting pissy ass running back. I'm serious. Bro,
Yeah,
stop running into my back, bro. I got bruises on my back from you closing your eyes, running your helmet and your face mask running right into my back. How about that? Complain about that, running back. Like, I could, you know what I mean? And that's the problem I have, man. And I'm not saying he was running into the back, so he probably did. But I mean, that's just my point. Like, you sitting here pouting and you're a rookie, bro. You're a rookie.
No, I feel that, but I recall from the previous seasons when Davante Adams was here, before the Netflix series had dropped that exposed him for his sideline antics, or however you want to frame that. I recall discussing that at length. Davante Adams' body language on the sidelines before anyone had the insiders look at it. I was able to see from just television broadcast that there was issues. The way he'd get up after plays, it was all pretty obvious that things were brewing.
I was right there on the sidelines for a lot of that. To just
so you were up close and personal.
Up close and personal, right there, right there at the front. So I saw all of that too, which was why I had felt a certain kind of way. But guess what, guys? He's a gold jacket chaser. And he's not a rookie.
His contract was the biggest. Yeah, total opposite.
I'm just saying, though, he's not. You know what I mean? These are factors. You get to pout. You get to be a diva, especially at that position. That's what everybody expects anyways from wide receivers. But your running back...
Wide receiver and running back operate on two different planes for sure.
Complete two different... The running back... I mean, we used to be the backbone of the offense. Let's keep it a bean. The offense went how we went. It was our attitude, our situation on how that offense would go. If we running into the backs of our linemen, giving them bruises and needing massages after the fact, the team wasn't going to go well, right? If we're not picking up blitz, allowing you for that 15-yard dig, you're probably not going to be happy that you've run quite a few of those and the ball doesn't even get released due to that. Like, there's just so many things, man. So many things. And I saw the pouting, bro. I saw it bad. And I tried not to look at it. And I could go back that season, whether it was me being on the sideline, wanting to say, look at this man. I just want to take a hot dog and tag him in the side of his, right on that decal.
So in a sense, none of, like similarly to Adams, none of this was really ongoingly discussed by the Raiders Nation, nor the media. Obviously, the media doesn't have the there's no agenda to talk about that kind of thing.
They help.
Inevitably, this is part of the reality.
They help. Oh, he has no offensive line. Oh,
yeah, that was the media all season. Yeah.
Bro, and this is my I keep questioning people. Find me a top 10 running back that ever needed any kind of a line. Seriously. Find me any top 20. Give me top 10. I'll give you top 20. Find me one of the top 20 running backs of all time that actually needed an offensive line. I wouldn't even say those are even all the special ones, right? Some special ones never got jackets, right? It's all-timers, right? Because the longevity of their career didn't make it. But yeah, and then the injuries.
I think some of the instant example that comes to mind that I think most people would point to is the Saquon Barkley example of the Giants being kind of dog shit, and then the Eagles being very competent, and yes, he was good with the Giants, but he was great with the Eagles, and that kind of.
I agree, but guess what? We knew he was great with the Giants.
Yeah, there was the obvious. He was showing flashes,
and his numbers showed.
Yeah, he definitely had success with an underperforming offensive line with the Giants.
And what wide receivers, what quarterback. I mean, the list can go on and on and on, but guess what? You still knew it. You still knew it. There was
The
no
Giants
pouting.
had dysfunction there
Big
with their
time.
offense.
Was there pouting? Did you see him on the sideline throwing a tissy fit?
I didn't watch too closely for those details.
You never saw it. Never saw no complaining. No, give me the ball. Give me the ball. You just have no idea how upset I was with this kid. Because I just wanted him to be more than what he was. See, and then I think it's fair. I think it's very fair for what I'm saying. If you actually go back and pay attention. I mean, if I was the running back coach, I would have never allowed this stuff, guys. Are you kidding me? Oh, he would have gotten some of the biggest tongue lashings of all time if I was the running back coach. With that piss poor pouting stuff. I don't do that pouting stuff. I just don't do it. I can't explain it no other way. We got Eddie George in the building. Eddie George, Terrence Washington. That's too deep. Eddie George is a monster.
Yeah. Well, I sent you a clip earlier today of who was it? John Gruden showing off the Tennessee Titans.
Oilers.
Old school Oilers style jacket.
Yep.
But he gave shout outs to Chris Johnson, obviously, and Eddie George, but in addition, Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell.
Yeah, quite a trio.
One of the all-time greats. Man. So this is a true story. That was the running back that I was trying to be. You have to think about this. I'm 51 years old. Earl was early 70s. At 5, 6 years old, where I started playing kill the man with the ball. That's when I learned how to start lowering that shoulder and just running with reckless abandonment. You can tear my shirt off. You can pull my shoe off. It didn't matter. I was not allowing you to kill me with the ball because I was that running back. And it translated onto the field. No different. And I was that menace in the game of football as a runner that looked for contact. I wouldn't say Campbell looked for it, but I can damn sure tell you he finished it every which way till Sunday.
Yeah, he was a physical runner.
I don't think there's a defender on the planet that would say different. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was my style of running back until I got to college because I just didn't have the size. Go figure, thinking about a guy we have called Old Ashton Janty because we're pretty much the same size. I mean, in terms of when I was playing. 5'8", 205 pounds, 210 pounds.
That running style, which running backs in the modern era embody that running style?
None. They won't
the only guy who comes to mind is like obviously an Adrian Peterson.
But that's what I'm saying. Adrian Peterson was that's Earl Campbell 2.0 but different. Like
the modern style.
Yeah, the modern. Yes, that was the perfect way to put it. He was the modern Earl Campbell. I don't know if people really understand Earl Campbell. I think there's one play. I think there's one play that literally wrapped his whole career up. I think they literally tore the whole jersey off this man. He may have had some thigh pads left and still was up and running. Like, bro, Earl Campbell was wild. I'm listening here. Like, because again, you're talking like, right, the Jim Browns, right, the Bruisers, the Tom Rathmans, if you remember the kid Riggins, my bad. John Riggins. Shout out to John Riggins. Bro, all stop. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm just naming dudes that nobody wanted to tackle. Earl is at the top of that list. You could put Jerome Bettis in there. We can go down Ron Dane. There are some trains that nobody wanted to get in front of. Christian Okoye. What's the guy's name from Cincinnati? Had to dance. Big dude.
Big dude.
Had to dance. Icky Shuffle.
Oh, okay.
Icky Williams, was it Icky Williams or Icky Shuffle? Yo, come on. I know I'm old. See, this is where I know I am. I'm showing bro, I'm a connoisseur of running backs, bro. A connoisseur of running backs. It's me. It's what I do. It's what I did, I should say. I definitely ain't running no ball no more. I ain't running nothing back other than a plate. But yeah, bro, I mean, I'm just telling y'all, man, if there's anything I love and adore still till this day, it's running backs. I don't care what team you play for. I adore running backs, man. And Earl is literally what I was trying to be. 100%. There's no other person at that age of 5, 6, 7, right? That was what I wanted. I wanted to be Earl. Like nobody wants to touch me.
The player from last year's class who stood out the most for being of this style of running was Kyle Manunga.
Yes.
And, that was a legendary class last year, but he stood out as a guy who ran
Legendary
with
class.
reckless
Nobody
abandon.
wanted to get in front of that guy.
Yeah, Kyle Manunga, he's translated to the NFL well, so it's like he was there in the 7th round available, and I would have been thrilled to take him to challenge Jantu and like have
Right.
more of a dynamic pressure in the running back room. But we got it this year with Mike Washington and Hemby. Those guys will be there, pushing for a spot.
Is Mr. Lowry still on our team?
He is, but
he
I
is,
reckon,
right?
Yeah, he is. I reckon this is make or break for him this training camp. He's got to show out and really justify his spot.
Yeah, it was a mistake to begin with. I'll continue to keep saying it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's just a bit undersized. His frame doesn't seem like it can handle the physicality of the NFL. Like right from the start, those first few hits just looked like devastating.
It's too much, kid. It's too much, kid. It's too much, kid. I don't know what to tell anybody, man, other than I always knew that kid was just not it. He's not.
He came from a small school, right? Like he wasn't in a large
came from
program.
University of not Rhode Island, my bad. Sorry, University of Rhode Island, because y'all, they are actually, I want to say, in a better conference, but New Hampshire.
New
and
Hampshire,
I'm not trying to dog New Hampshire. Shout out to University of New Hampshire. It's just, bro, y'all don't play nobody at all. And it's already FCS. You know what I mean? You're better off at some D2s than New Hampshire's division, in my opinion. Right? Like, the places that the Danny Woodheads made, famous. There's a lot of D2s and D3s. University of New Hampshire. There are a lot of good D2s and D3s where guys came out of. So, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I never ever saw it. I never ever saw it.
With Labe, you mean?
Never ever saw it, and it was wild to me.
I never really followed his time in New Hampshire, like any of his tape, but I heard that he had really good hands catching out of the backfield, which is a translatable thing. But yeah, the physicality is what you would have been looking out for to see if that would translate.
Right.
Our scouts kind of missed on that because not only does he take devastating hits, he fumbles the ball, which you can't do as a backup.
God forbid. Pass blocking.
Yeah, that's not even really in question. Like you don't even consider
if he's in, it's just not a good move.
And he hasn't really popped on special teams, like nothing notable. So lots of opportunities for guys to challenge for touches in the running back room for sure. And we know Kubiak uses the running back as his depth. He uses all his running backs. So I think anyone competing for a job understands that even if they land second or third, there's going to be opportunities for them to get tape out there. So that's going to encourage a guy like Hemby to sign with us versus another team, which was a huge plus.
Right. Yep, I agree. So we got a clip. We got a clip from Mr. Spytech in terms of being in the war room. Yeah, we're gonna play this clip, man. And I mean, hey, we'll get each other's thoughts. We'll get your guys' thoughts, right, on how you perceive this particular clip, right? Let me see. All right, let's get it going. Here we go.
I think I want to do the Houston one. You know, let's see who's there. 36 and 117 for 38 and 91. You feel good about it? With the risk?
Just as nice.
That's fundraising.
Hey, Tommy.
We have a trade, we're sending 2-36 to Houston and 4-117. And we're receiving 2-38 and 3-91.
Good deal.
And then
So my heart gets going with these. It's funny. Take them.
With the 38th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Traden Stukes, defensive back.
I love trading, especially when it works out.
That was a terrible. That was terrible. That was terrible. I can't even hold my disdain. I wish it was about more than just that pick, because I'm just telling you right now. And look at that pick. I do.
Yeah, he looks pretty happy about it.
I hated that pick. I hated that pick. I hated that pick. I can't even say I hated it worse than last year's, because last year's was even worse. I'm not gonna lie, Jack Bush. I really hated that pick.
Yeah, this one hurt because I think the assumption that we all had in Raiders Nation was that people were going to fall out of the first round that should have justifiably went in the first round, and guys did fall out of the first round.
Yes.
That justifiably should have went in the first round. Stukes was not one of those guys.
At all.
No, but we did trade back, so we did squeeze a little extra value out of the situation. But I don't even know, like, who did we take with that 90 pick? Like, that was
We picked the
guy before McCoy, right?
yes, we picked that freaking outside linebacker that's not going to be worth anything from Auburn.
Kieran Carter.
Yes, that's who we picked third.
I think he went 67, didn't he?
Third, right?
So the pick we got 90 something from the trade that just went down with this moving back in the second.
Oh, the 93rd pick.
That might have been Mike Washington, actually. I think that might have been Mike.
That's actually a good pickup. That's actually a good pickup. It is Washington. He was up for a pick.
And Washington did arguably, like, it's hard to know what people's true slot on the draft board is, but Washington could have justifiably been an early to mid third round pick, so he did fall around, and so we got a little extra value there with that trade back with the second.
Right.
So nice to get the running back, but yeah, I would have preferred McDonald even with the running back on the table. But
and the reality is, if we would have drafted right, we wouldn't have needed a running back.
Right. Yeah,
but because we drafted a running back at number 6 that can't carry the whole weight.
Yeah, well, even still, you have to have 3 running backs at least on a roster, and we don't have any right now. It's out of Lobby and obviously Janty, but yeah, Washington. Do you reckon he was on our radar the whole time, or do you think that he just fell so much that it became necessary to cash in on that value?
I think he's been on our radar. I think he fits a Kubiak system. They need a one hit. They need a one hit.
I agree.
Shout out to 805 in the building. Not gonna lie, his expressions give me vibes like he's playing a kid's game. Not drafting for $1 billion franchise. Not a fan of it. Just my feeling. What's good, fellas? Hey, what's good with you, 805? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoy the show. This whole time, I got to get better at this. You got to help me, man. You got to get better at this with me. Hey, don't forget to like and subscribe, right? Like and subscribe, please, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget. And last but not least, hit that notification button so that way you know when we come on and talk this Raider talk. Yeah, because we do this every Monday. And hopefully y'all are enlightened, man. At least you get some takes and opinions from real, true Raider fans. No matter how we perceive it, you know, right? Our expectations, all that. We, at the end of the day, we all hope everybody does well, no matter what we think. So.
Yeah, and we're willing to change our position with the new information. So as players show what they have, our opinions change, and our so nothing's permanent. Everything is in motion.
Right. My dog back in the building. Erica Raiders, haters, Hunter. Wasn't the O-line, man. Ha. What's going on with you, my dude? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoy the show. It's been a minute since I've seen you, bro. Thanks for coming and supporting as always. Yeah. Spy Tech is this is the fact
playing a kid's game.
I'm right with you, 805. The fact that smirk picking Stooks, bro, that hurt my heart. That hurt my heart.
Well, it shows they had him high on their big board, presumably. But I wonder who else had him high on their big board.
Nobody
outside of us.
Nobody.
That's the information we need in order to like gauge this better. Like if we could get in another team's war room and see where he was on the board.
Yeah. No, I
very
agree.
Interesting.
Totally agree. It's blasphemy.
I wonder what the Texans war room was thinking when they traded up for McDonald and we traded back with them. Like, what is their thoughts on how that went down?
Right.
I think they're thrilled that we were willing to trade with them. Like,
hell yeah. 100%. 100%. I don't know.
I really like the Texans draft class. Needless to say, getting McDonald in the second is just
bro. The Texans, they just keep making power moves. That's how they got a great front office.
Yeah, and their team was already solid, so they were just kind of plugging spots of need and taking value where they found it.
I mean, big time. That kid's going. They got
the edge rushers coming off the edge, and McDonald's going to be pushing the pocket. That's a phenomenal combination.
Yeah, they got value. They got serious value. So I don't know. It's annoying.
Would you have been happy with Boston over Stooks? Wide receiver Boston.
Absolutely.
Out of Washington.
That's the problem because we don't have a number one. That was who I would have immediately went. And that's the thing. It's like they're like, we won't go for what people expect should, right? No, we're just going to go for what
if Boston or McDonald's would have been the expected picks for value. Maybe even Christian Miller. Like, I think McDonald, but you could have made an argument for Christian Miller too.
Yep.
But Boston, like, there were at least 4 or 5 guys over Stooks that were totally
easy,
like clear and obvious.
So easy. I don't know.
The biggest knocks on Stooks is that yes, he has traits and he has some translatable skills that could be elite potentially, but he doesn't have a lot of experience playing at safety yet, so he can't really slide into safety. He's more like a nickel cornerback, a big nickel. But yeah, like how is he going to get on the field right away? Probably through special teams. Like
Right.
he's going to be playing special teams for a year, and then we'll start transitioning in next year.
I mean, that's what we hope. Right? That's what we hope. That's what we hope, man. I mean, you know, and shout out to Cuz, Steve. He opened us up with, you know, what's the deal with AOC, but the quarterback room, you know what I mean? It's definitely the Mendoza era. Clearly got Kirk as our bridge quarterback. Picked up a couple of free agents. What do you think AOC is going to do? I know we might have answered this already early in the show, but now that we've had a lot more thought, like, do you really want to just toss him aside? Do you pay him what, rookie minimum? I mean, veteran minimum? Is that what he takes now?
For contract renewals. Yeah, it's a super tough situation. I personally really like AOC. I was high on drafting him, so that was pretty ideal that he landed with us. I just, at this point, I wonder. I think he's a great teammate, and I think that's kind of the ideal situation, is that your backup is someone who supports your starter and isn't creating problems and is doing everything he needs to do in order to promote winning. And so AOC checks all those boxes, and for that reason, I want him here. The flip side of that is that I think Sawyer Robinson has those potential traits that are truly elite, even though he might not be the best teammate or he might not be the best professional. He's got the traits that, if molded, could be like a lottery ticket. Right. And I think at this point with the franchise, I would rather have roster spots for lottery tickets. And since you already have your number one locked up with Mendoza. So I think I'm starting to lean more towards Sawyer Robinson as things are unfolding. But, you know, camp will tell us a lot. We'll be able to see them side by side and see how they stack up.
Yeah, you know, and it's competition. Right? That's what we're looking for. We want to bring in competition. Yeah, I think they did a little bit of that defensively. Offensively, I don't think there's much competition. I think if you got drafted for the offense, they're looking for you to play. Right? Yeah, they're looking for you to play right away. Some way, shape, or form. And yes, that's including Mr. Washington. Yep, I think they're looking for him to be that guy. We do not have Zeus on the team anymore, do we? Or is he still on?
No, he's gone.
He's gone. I wonder where he is. I wonder where he is. He could go somewhere. But our defense, the defensive rebuild has been special. I'll give them that. I think they've done an outstanding job. You know, as far as the picks, right? Jalen Stukes, McCoy, Hezekiah Masses, Dalton Johnson. I see the team's vision. It's mobility. It's speed, shiftiness. That's on both sides of the ball, mind you. They want to play with speed. They want to play with something you can't teach. That's right. That's how I look at it. That's what I see in terms of the vision of this team, this draft, this coach, right? These decisions. They want guys that are going to come in guns blazing. I'm okay with it.
They definitely added speed. And,
yes, at every position.
I kind of, on the offense in particular, Washington is certainly standing out as being the most alluring. Like, if he's hitting home runs, he's going to instantly become a fan favorite. So it'll be cool to see how he works into the offense with a guy like Kubiak being able to use him in the wide zone.
I mean, question though, real true question is, what does that do to the guy you just drafted at 6?
Yeah, well,
seriously.
Yeah, you might be having a competition, which right. that's good for us in general. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I just changed the screen. Yeah, we've been checking out new players this whole time. That's what we've been doing. There's so much to discuss with these rookies, man. Because the big part is the offensive line. Again, right? We secondary definitely an upgrade. Linebacking core is probably the best thing that our team has. Period.
Yeah, it's what I'm most excited to see on Sunday when the season starts.
100%. But by week eight, secondary might look completely different. By week eight, like literally not a single person that's been drafted previous year or two or been even on the team could be completely different. That's a question that people are curious at. Which rookie DB do you think can start? Out of the ones, right?
Yeah.
We have McCoy, right? Stooks, right? Do you think they have chances to start?
I think Stooks is going to start on special teams and at some point in the season step into a starting role, especially if we aren't pushing for a playoff spot to get more burn in a safety role type deal. Kind of get his feet wet and get more experience. But yeah, to start the season, probably not. I think Hezekiah Massis is a sneaky underdog to potentially start. I think McCoy, they'll probably slow play it. Maybe he won't start right away. They might ease him in, kind of into spots. But yeah, Hezekiah Massis might be the underdog to start right away in the DB group. The other guys, Johnson, the teammate of Stooks, the other other safety rather. I think he's going to be right away a big presence on special teams, but not necessarily starting.
Not pointing. No, that makes sense.
I think our defensive end from Auburn, he'll be starting in a pass rush specialty role.
Crawford.
Yeah. So he'll see consistent play, just not in high volume.
Yep, and I do think he becomes a part of that front seven quickly. Him, Quiddy Pay, right? Malcolm Kuntz, and Crosby. That's a date. That's a real front seven.
Are you sad to see Snowden go from that equation?
Yes.
Or do you think he still had something to offer?
Yeah, 100%. Who's behind him? Who's behind him?
Not much.
That's what I'm saying. We don't have it. And you weren't paying anything for him. At least not to my knowledge.
And so then that adds more credibility to this potential narrative that he might not have shown up for training camp day one, and that might have been the final straw for him.
Made it easy.
Very
that
interesting.
was the test. Yeah, that was the test. We don't show up for the,
Because even our quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, a lot of his pressers, he was talking about having to make personal sacrifices for the team's benefit, and including passing up the White House potentially in order to make sure he's there day one. He's not going to miss day one. There's so much emphasis on being there day one that makes me think that if Snowden wasn't there on the day one kind of deal.
I'm telling you, it's part of the game plan. And they needed the sacrificial lamb. They let it be him. Probably just assuming, hey, we got Combs, we got right, and hey, you got to make an example out of somebody.
Yeah, I think I do believe those things happen. So I think there's definitely something there.
We'll have to see. I don't know. The other thing I don't know if people are ready to hear is, what if Linderbaum isn't really what was advertised?
Is he going to pull his weight for that contract?
Yeah.
He's going to be screwed, guys. Yeah, making that much money, there's going to be the expectation that he's a Pro Bowler. And if he's not, there's going to be a problem. So, yeah, high expectation.
What if his tape looks bad? he's got some bad looking tape.
Yeah, he's not a flawless player. He's certainly very good, but that contract is kind of hard to rationalize from my perspective.
It's got to earn.
I would have been fine with JPJ at center and bring in other guys at guard, but yeah, this is the way it's played out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. Again, it's gonna be interesting to figure out what people want to do there. This stuff doesn't work out because kind of put all our eggs in one basket with this offensive line, in my opinion. There's really no wiggle room, right? I don't see any wiggle room in the offensive line.
Do you see Miller staying healthy throughout the year?
No, week 7, week 8. And I don't know who, Cone, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Who's going to pick that up? And then
it's got to be maybe Grant or a new draft pick. Yeah. I guess the hope is that Grant has developed through the offseason enough that he's able to challenge for that kind of opportunity if Miller does go down.
Right. Shout out to my dog. Raider Jeff in the building. I'm more worried about JPJ making it the whole season. Hey, I'm worried about both of them. Yeah.
I would not be surprised if they're both down at some point.
At some point, and I'm talking early. Wouldn't shock me at all. Yeah, wouldn't shock me at all.
JPJ went down pretty early last season.
He's a head case, pun intended. Literally a head case.
Yeah, you just wish he would save those moments of explosive violence for plays that matter. Like some of the plays that he's like sacrificing on, you wonder like what's it for? Like,
correct.
He's got to pick his moments right.
Shout out to that nephew out there. Run down. Finally caught a Turkey Pigs live. What's up, fellas? Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoy the show. Absolutely, bro. Yeah, so with the undrafted free agents, you know what I mean? Do you see any kind of camp sleepers, hidden gems?
I've got
possibly. You know what I'm saying?
I've got a personal bias. There's a Canadian we signed, so that's kind of someone who I'll be keeping an eye on to see what he does. His name is Niklas Henning. He was born in Germany, but he moved to Canada when he was like a baby. So, anyways, he played for Queen's University, and was actually drafted second overall in the CFL. And so, the fact the Raiders just signed him, that does happen. You can be drafted in the CFL and then get signed to an NFL team.
That's wild.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I reckon he probably won't end up landing a spot, but you know. He's certainly an interesting player, like 6'6", 300 pounds.
Right.
See what he does.
Very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. And I am curious as to these undrafted free agents who actually really does have a shot at making this team. He's definitely got to be one of them. Just in sheer size, you can't teach size.
No, he's got rare traits, and yeah, he's got the German genetics, like straight out of Germany. So, yeah, they've produced some elite athletes here and there, and maybe he'll find a spot in the NFL.
Right.
It'd be cool to see if he does.
If there is one, if I have to pick one that'll make it, it's in terms of an undrafted free agent. I think it's going to be.
Yeah. Oh, Hemby?
No, in terms of size, yeah.
Oh, the O lineman.
Yes, in terms of size, yeah. I mean, Hemby is. I mean, he's got an uphill battle. In a lot of ways.
He's probably the most talented, though. No.
By far, but I don't know how many running backs they keep.
Well, I reckon they would take him over Labe just in terms of being able to fit a role on the team. Because I think Hemby on a short yardage situation is right away the guy. Like he's over 200 pounds, so
right.
Labe just doesn't do that. So
yep. Shout out to Jeff. Turf, this music makes me feel like I should be sitting near a fireplace with a drink in one hand and chilling as the snow is falling. Total chill vibes. That's what we going for, man. That's what Pigs and I do, man. You know what I mean? That's how it goes down over here on this particular show, man. We don't get too wild over here, but at the same time, we give you takes that you can take back and put in the bank and can't wait to tell us that we were right, wrong, or indifferent about it. That's for sure. Yeah, because as you can see, we definitely don't always agree either, right? I mean, I think we started out immediately disagreeing in terms of you having, better feelings.
more warmer feelings.
Yeah, and me,
You're still pretty cold about it.
So no, that's what that's what you get out of this, man. And we're gonna continue to keep giving these perspectives, these points, man, and let everybody.
I did specify that my warm feelings towards the draft class have to do with the fact that it feels more like setting the foundation for being able to take bigger swings in the future.
Right.
Not necessarily that we took the best players at the draft slots, but that we picked in a way which is a good setup, like a teeing it up. We teed it up kind of deal with this class.
Right. So this is a question. It's a big one. We got this is the last question of the night. We're 2 hours into this thing. And you said it earlier, man. I'm always looking for the what, quote unquote, single ringable neck.
Yeah.
This is a big question, viral question of the moment. If all of this fails, who are we blaming? At this point, I'll go first and immediately effectively tell you it's Spytech, 100%. 100%. And if he wants to blame anybody, he can blame his boy Tom and everybody else that decided to make him look like the fall guy for this.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, he gets a little grace from last year because Pete Carroll had his hands over everything, so it was kind of hard to pin it on Spytech. But this is kind of make or break year for Spytech, kind of extending himself and his own vision and making that the primary agenda. So yeah, it's on him.
In all honesty, I put it on him last year too, and this is why I have a problem, ladies and gentlemen, because guess what? In the real world of NFL and general management, from what we were told and saw from the previous regime, it was up to the general manager to make that decision. And you get what you get as the head coach. So, and this is why I don't like the games being played by this front office. It's cowardly. It really is, guys. It's annoying. It's cowardly. I mean, why are you trying to hide accountability? Step up. Raise your hand. Be a man. Yep, I made that decision. Nobody else.
Oh, I see what you mean. All the kind of mystery around who's calling the shots.
And Tom is at the front of it.
What is Brady's impact? Nobody really knows.
Tom is at the front of it. It's like he's helping with the nonsense, and I feel like he knows he's helping and loves it. Like,
yeah. There's a lot of smoke screens, and the whole thing with Alex Garendo, the guru guy of Brady, being involved with the organization. Yeah, it's all kind of smoke screens, smoke and mirrors, rather, distracting who's actually at the center.
It's bad, man, and this is why I keep telling everybody. This is why we're going to keep getting what we get when our front office operates the way they operate like this. It's just not a good situation. I don't see how it changes for the better, if you will. I just don't like this.
So if we have more than like 6 wins, if we're in that 7 wins category, do you reckon that would be surpassing expectations like massively, or just reaching them?
Just reaching.
Based on how things have been set up up to this point.
Basically, I don't know, man. I just, and again, I think this is just part of the new wave. right? Kind of like the new player. And I understand there just used to always be, back in the day, the single ringable neck. There was never ever a question of who was being blamed for what, whether it was a position coach, right? Because that was something you knew. The position coach was the person that chose who was the one out of that group.
Yeah, I think it's so dangerous to be associated with a draft pick, because then you get blamed for it if it doesn't work out. But I do believe what you're saying, that there's so many agendas that it makes it infinitely complex, the drafting process, that there really isn't a single guy calling the shot. It could be as convoluted as perhaps Max Crosby is giving his 2 cents on like drafting Keelan Crawford, but the fan base would have no clue, because clearly he's going to keep that to himself. He's not going to put himself at risk of being blamed if it doesn't work out. Like, but inevitably he's going to get his 2 cents in there, make his opinions known. But
at the end of the day, somebody has to be held accountable for however, and that is the head guy. That's the right. Again, this is where I've been given, right, Coach Jenny, Coach of the Year for them Gopher Girlies. Shout out to Coach Jenny. I've been giving her props, right, because we all saw some serious decisions that needed to be made. I'm talking fifth year, senior, this your last performance of your life, and I gotta yank you. Decisions. That's what gets you to where you got. I saw that in real time. For the people that know it, I never put out the names, right? You could easily go and figure it out if you really were that serious. But I'm telling you right now, Coach made a decision that easily would have been the number one blame for why they didn't make it to the Final 8. Or excuse me, Final 4. Right? And lost in the Final 8. That decision was made right then and there in the heat of it. You hear what I'm saying, Pigs? Literally, like, we all knew the lineup. The lineup is broadcasted, but the coach has a chance to make a change in the lineup at the very last second based on warm-ups. And there was a change made, and it was probably the hardest change and decision that lady had to ever make in her life. I can guarantee you she didn't make any friends doing it. I can guarantee you, because yes, I'm telling you, there's no avenue, no context to where it would have made sense, and it worked.
Yeah,
yeah.
Some of what I think you're speaking to there is the need for a coach to be able to separate their own personal biases and own agendas from the team's agenda, and be able to make the right decision for the team, even at the consequence of looking a certain kind of way in public perception. You're still doing what's right by the team as the forefront of values.
No feelings. No, you've been here, you support the most, you're fit. No, none of that. We win or we go home. What are you gonna do? I'm telling you, and that's another reason why I love sports, man. Absolutely adore sports for those high pressure moments and being able to see that in real time and really know what's going on. Really know what's going on. 805, I still blame Deuce Gruden. He holds the curse. Need him gone ASAP. Big old muscles just walking around.
Yeah, Deuce keeps breaking these records. Like every time I keep seeing his name pop up, breaking this record of weightlifting and lifting something.
Right. Well, this has been an amazing 2 hours as always. I absolutely love this show. I'm more consistent now with you on this show than I am my own. I love it, man. I love your takes. I love that we don't agree on everything. Yeah, it's an awesome show. Hopefully people like it just as much as I do. For the rest of the week, man, I got tomorrow. I will be here. The Ultimate Raider fan. I'll probably go into running backs, man. Seriously, I think I'll just have a
deep dive.
A deep dive of running backs.
Nice.
I might pull up Handy's team.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I don't know. I'll see what I'll do. It won't be the same thing. yeah, man, I got to see what Spence is up to. It's been tough trying to get that Thursday show back.
Is this dead in the water?
Yeah, dead in the water. It's been tough. It's both of us just missing. I got one more week to travel, man. Shout out to my niece, Morgan Flowers, graduating from University of Richmond. So I'll be out this week. This is definitely, I'm hoping, my last weekend of travel till the Raiders season, I'll say at least. You know, guys, something's got to land for me not to be at the home opener. Our turf is always going to be at the home opener.
You've cemented that tradition.
Yeah, I'm going to be at the home opener. I'm never going to pass up the home opener. Can't be undefeated without winning the first one. So at least I can say I was at that one.
I still remember your live stream from Foxborough.
Oh, yeah.
You were reminding all the Patriots fans what the outcome of the game was, and yeah, that they had their time in the sun. It's time to move over.
Such a good time. Being back home, too, for all you guys that know, that's home. New England.
Yeah, the stomping grounds.
Yeah. So, that was awesome, man.
Jeff is saying that there's a game scheduled again in New England this season.
Oh, we got the Jets and New England this year? Wow. You know what? Since I did New England last year, maybe I'll do the Jets this year. That sounds like a good joint right there, though. I did not know that. I didn't know we had, because I do need an away game. You guys know I always go to at least one away game. I bring my boys to one home game, so it won't.
New York is pretty cool. That's
yeah, New York would be dope.
Would be a fun time.
That would be dope, and I've been there. It's a great stadium, too. Great area, good time, good place to go watch it.
I like to root against the Jets. The Giants I have a little bit of a warm spot for, just because they beat the Patriots.
Yes.
The unbeaten team.
Yes.
That time period, but the Jets I have no problem rooting against. Yeah. So.
But yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna do one of those, man. I bet you that's probably the one. I'll probably do the Jets, man. Unless maybe I can do both. We'll figure it out, man. But nah, this is a great show. Yeah, that's all I got, man. And yeah, till next time.
Yeah, and I like your idea of deep diving into running backs for your show. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do it now that pig said it.
Nice.
I'm probably gonna see if I can get some tape. I should be able to find some good tape that won't get me in the doghouse with YouTube and sharing and so forth. But yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it tomorrow night. But till then, we are out. Peace, ladies and gentlemen. videos, chomping, and everything else, and get ready for tomorrow.
Cool.
Man, I might do another show this week outside of my show tomorrow. I'll let you know if you got time to maybe Friday.
Yeah, let me know.
I'll figure something out.
It's an important time of year. Like, so much is this stage. Mm-hmm.
Exactly, I agree. So that's when I'm like, man, we should probably do a little bit more. And like I say, a little more structure and more diving, right? Deep diving into certain areas and sticking with it a little bit more than just brushing over it.
Yeah, well, for instance, like this whole discussion about the running back room, like, I think, putting Lauby under the microscope, that would be good, good to do. Like with specific touch examples and like player comparisons, pros and cons, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
All right, sir.
All right, man. I'm out of here.